Hi, welcome back to the Mosaic Moving Minute. I'm Dr. Andy Stanchula. I've been trying to do these for the past several years to give people more power. Power to me means not only education, but doing something about it, to have some control. And hopefully these add up to you having some takeaways that you can do just that, to have some control and some power. Today, the topic is most people still don't know really what arthritis is. They've been told they have arthritis, or they're scared they have arthritis because their mothers and grandmothers had arthritis. So hopefully today I'll give you part one about what it really is, and then maybe follow up with a part two about what you can do something about it. Some misconceptions that it's age. A lot of people are told, even now in their 30s and 40s, that it's just age and there's nothing really you can do about it. They're also aware that maybe some people in their family have had arthritis, and so they're kind of destined to have arthritis because the previous people had arthritis. Well, those, while they may have some bearing, let's see, sometimes when you have internal blood borne arthritis, most of it is what's called osteoarthritis. It's acquired, and we'll talk about what brings that on. The reality, so to speak. People throw around bone on bone now, and in reality, while a trend may be occurring, it's not quite at that level, and so there is a lot of things you can do about it. Things that cause arthritis: gravity. Gravity compresses things, right? Here's an example of a spine, and I'm not going to belabor this today, but I just want to show you it looks very different at the top than at the bottom, and that's because there's been some changes, not only in the bony material, but also in the cartilaginous disc in between, and then ultimately where the nerves come out on the side. So this is what happens in arthritis, and it ends up snowballing and turning into other things. So really it's a wear and tear disease, largely due to imbalances, compression. Other things that can lead to it are your diet. That's probably its own topic right there. Toxins are also rolled into that discussion. Past injuries, car accidents, falls, sports injuries. I was talking to somebody who they know that used to play soccer and do a lot of heading, changed some things in their neck. Largely you're talking about repetitious activities, even things like golf that are one-sided. Have a tendency to wear and tear more on one side of your body. And then as bodies do, they interpret things in a pattern or habits, and that's how these things get off and running in these areas. Hobbies too. A couple people more recently have been sewing, and they're holding it out, bending their head over, and doing the same thing over and over and over. So really our choice is about trying to bring balance and allow some healing, and yes, you can do that. Otherwise, traditional medicine says you can't help it, or wait until it gets unbearable. I don't think that's a good strategy, unless you like drugs and surgery. Years ago, I had somebody come in and he was convinced he was going to wait till they came out with bionics. I don't know if you remember the bionic man and woman from years ago. Obviously, they have not done that, or maybe they've done it in certain circles, but that is not part of the repertoire out there in terms of trying to handle things. So I beg to differ. And, Medicare really has kind of underscored this, and the fact that since I was a kid, they have been paying for chiropractic for these reasons. They understand that people get these things compressed, as we were talking about, and chiropractic and manual therapy and other types of PT, things like that can help. Here's another example. So if I hold this up, you can see when you bend, the red part is really not bending. And a lot of people get this, and that sets itself up for this arthritis or this uneven wear and tear situation. Think of it also like a lock on your shed. If the lock gets crusty, doesn't open, or has a hard time opening, and then you kind of bang on it a little bit, and all of a sudden it loosens up, and and you can oil it and lubricate it, and now it works much better than it did before. And a lot of times that's what you can do. Really, if you don't move it, you lose it, right? So think of this as being able to knock some of the rust off and largely remove some of the obstacles that will free these areas up and allow you to be functionally sound and do the things that you need and love to do. So that's what this is all about. If I can help you in the future, just give us a call and consult, and we'll figure that out. Otherwise, I'll follow up with part two about things that can be done briefly with this condition. Take care.